First things first, let me close out of a couple things. Alright, so welcome. This will be a Mega Man Legends speedrun tutorial for normal any percent. Normal difficulty as opposed to easy or hard, which are completely different categories. This is the English version, by the way. There are differences in the Japanese version. Some people think that they should be different categories. I'm one of them. So I run the English version. Anyways, first things first. I'm playing on a PlayStation 2 Slim version with fast disk speed enabled, as it is the fastest way to play PlayStation 1 games, regardless of what it is. This is because an emulator emulates a fat PS2, a slim PS2, a fat PS2 and a slim PS2. They can do fast disk speed, but on a slim PS2 it is better because it has a faster processor than the fat version. So a slim PlayStation 2 is the fastest way to play most PlayStation 1 games. So that's what I'm playing on. That's the first thing out of the way. Alright. So basically, normal any percent uses a different route than easy or hard, whereas easy you have right at the beginning you have a max buster upgrade, so you don't need to collect 99% of the items in the game. There's no point, so you just get from the beginning to the end as fast as possible. In normal percent, the routes changed to get items, upgrades, and whatnot. And in hard, it's just hard. Basically, everything costs more, so you have to do a lot more grinding for money. Alright. So. Okay. Anyways. When you start it up, you're probably going to want to turn lock-on off. You might need to practice with it on for a while, but lock-on is generally off, so we don't have to turn it off later. There is a point in the game where it is necessary for it to be off. I just turn it off here because that's what I'm used to. It makes a couple things easier, it makes a couple things harder. But I'm used to having it off in the first place. So, once you're set up, just go ahead and begin. I do have a Twitch chat right here, by the way. I don't know if anybody's actually going to come talk, but yeah. Alright. So, every cutscene in the game, except for one, which we'll get to later, can be skipped. So, you're better off skipping them. And what you're going to want to do at the beginning, it's mostly used in this first area. It's just a little trick to save a little bit of time. Instead of running right away, you're going to want to jump. It gets you a little extra farther ahead before this dialogue appears. It saves a few seconds. And then you can mash through all the dialogue just by mashing triangle. Easy peasy. And then for movement, until we get to jet skates, which is about 40 minutes into the run. For movement, what you do is your L1 and R1 controls your camera angle. What you're going to want to do is strafe walk diagonally. So you're going to want to push forward in a direction at the same time. So either left or right, it doesn't matter. You're going to want to do that. And this, you come around here, take that first right, and you need this next door on the right. So what you do is you strafe walk, and then you want to jump and turn your camera into it, because it stops you before you get to this wall to give you this dialogue. So if you manage to jump to it, you can just hit circle and open it right away. And then again, once you open this door, you're going to want to jump immediately. That gets you farther ahead for that dialogue. Easy peasy, right? And again, just practice getting your diagonal walking, your strafe walking. You want to be able to do that everywhere in the game. Anyways, and then for the most part, you're just going to get through this dungeon. That's another instance where you want to jump to get ahead during a dialogue. Mash your buttons, and just strafe walk. You'd be surprised at how tricky it is to strafe walk properly in this game. And then when you get to here, what you're going to want to do is jump into the corner of this wall. If you go around the wall before you jump, it's going to start a dialogue. Or it's going to start dialogue right away. It's going to cancel your jump. If you jump into the corner of the wall, most of the time, it lets you complete your jump before it starts your dialogue. So then you come into here, jump up here, kick these things, and get this first chest. It's a power razor which we use for the beginning of the run until we get better upgrades. And then what we do is we just equip it in midair. No real reason, it's just what we do. By we, I mean me and Bubbles del Fuego. So you come to here, this is the door you need to get to. It was sealed off earlier. Kicking those things a second ago broke down the barrier. So you come around this wall and you want to face the door and jump into it. You want to get as close as possible before you actually start the boss fight. It just helps. Smash through the text. Now, here's a thing I'm going to explain right now before I go into the door. There's a thing in this game called stutter shot. It's not really called that, but it's a movement thing. Normal shots are pretty slow, but if you take a step right after you shoot, it cancels his buster animation, so he shoots again immediately. If you can time it right, I can't obviously. If you can, but you get my point though. If you can time it right, you want to hit up as soon as possible after shooting, and that resets his animation and lets him shoot again immediately. Now you can't actually get more shots off because that's dependent on the energy stat here. So it's not like you can get more shots off, but it does help you get them off faster. So for this first boss, that's all you're gonna do is stutter shot him. Just shoot him a few times. Back up so you don't get hit by the blast. Keep shooting him. And blam. First boss is done. You can actually get hit by that last hit once his health is drained. So that's all there is to that first boss. He's not that hard. Moving forward, you just skip 4 cutscenes. Nothing special. When you get here, again, you're going to want to do your strafe walk. Turn your instead of turning your character, if you turn your camera while walking, it lets you move forward and spin at the same time. It's movement 101. So you're going to get to here, get a cutscene, skip it. Turn back around, come over here, talk to Gramps here. Skip that. Whoops, I hit pause twice. Then you're going to be facing the way you want to go, which is to town. And all you do is go to town. It's nothing special. We're gonna go in there in a little bit. That's the enemy ship. Ooh. So you go into town. And you'll notice if you're playing on a PS2 with fast disk speed as opposed to an emulator or normal disk speed, you'll notice the speed difference on that very first door. It loads, I want to say, twice as fast on fast disk speed as opposed to not. Anyways, you'll come in here, you'll talk to this lady, the item store, and you'll talk to the lady, just smash through her text. She says, "Oh, my husband's lost on a dig. Will you go find him?" And you say yes. Of course, because why wouldn't you? You're a nice guy. Whoops, I didn't mean to talk to her again. So you turn around. To do that, by the way, just hit a direction and circle at the same time. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be at the same time, but if you hit circle on whatever direction you're facing, it'll turn your camera immediately. And then you walk out the south door and go into where you saw the man facing the thing earlier, which is right here. Now you're going to want to be careful. This is pretty movement intensive, but you're going to want to be careful up until or after this point. You want to get this first hole for the Zenny drop because we do need Zenny. A lot of it. I'll explain more later. But you're going to want to be careful because there's these guys all over the place. So you want to not get hit and waste time. Then you come down here. You got to kill all these snakes to trigger what you got to do. Sometimes you'll get unlucky and you'll have to kill the one that was in the room prior, or one of the actual Reaver bots will come in here. This time I did not. Talk to him, and again, you can skip everything. So you would skip that cutscene. And then head back out. This is oops, I did not mean to get hit. This is basically your tutorial for how to shoot things. Well, secondary tutorial, the first area was, but whatever. Anyways, you'll leave. Go back to town. and head right back to the item shop, or the junk shop, where the man will be there. You want to talk to the woman again, it's faster, she's closer than the man. Frames, man, you gotta save those frames. Just mash through text. She's gonna ask you what your name is. From a speedrun perspective, there actually is no speed difference. If you can choose Hippopotamus faster than you can choose a Mega Man, by all means do it. Because it pops up 2 dialogue boxes anyways, either name you choose. So, you can have fun with that if you want. And then you leave. You head back out towards the car that we saw. Or no, we didn't see it, because I never pointed it out. But you'll head out here and talk to Roll, who's in front of this car. Again, skip your cutscenes. It's pretty important. And here you just mash through all the text. And leave. There's a cutscene right here that you want to skip to. Head back to town. Now, if you're a beginner, you're gonna want to get this, or it's this box right here, my bad. If you're new to this, you're gonna want to get this box because it gives you an item. Or no, not that one. God damn, I was right. See, I never get this box, so I never actually remember which one it is. But you're gonna want to look inside this box with circle, and you're gonna want to get the item to sell later for extra zenny. And right here, what we're gonna have to do is sneak up on these guys. A good lineup that I found is if you run into this wall, and right where the colors change, you want to do it while running, but if you hold circle, you'll start walking. And you want to sneak up on them or else it'll kick you out. And a good lineup is just finding that different color, or finding the 2 different colors on the wall and walking into it. And then you can skip that as well and head north. Skip that cutscene. That was our first look at Tronbon and these serve bots. And this item I actually do get. You want to walk into this garbage can and get the item in there as well to sell for extra zenny. Watch out for the cars too. They are on a set pattern, but depending on how fast or slow you are, you'll get hit by them. Generally, you can run right there and not have to worry about getting hit. And you just keep heading north. I'm doing this off of memory, by the way, so if I take a while to remember something, I will remember it, but I don't have notes or anything. Anyways, you gotta talk to the guards. I should have pointed that out. You gotta talk to the guards to get in here. Just talk to a guard, skip it, turn around, exit the door. And then that cutscene's actually interesting. You can skip it before the area started loading up, which I didn't do. But if you mash text while you're coming out of that door, if you mash start while you're coming out of that door, you can skip that cutscene entirely and not see any of it. Just be careful not to hit start too many times. There is an extra little movement thing that you'll never do, but if you jump, you notice how he stops for a second when he lands, right? If you keep jumping, if you time it right, it cancels out that pause. Not entirely, but it does cancel it out a little bit. It's just a little bit of movement tech. It saves maybe frames, if that. Anyways, you'll come here, talk to Tron. She's not a circus clown or something, don't worry. Talk to Tron, and then you're going to talk to the dog. This is the one cutscene you cannot skip in the English version. In the Japanese version, you can kick the dog and skip this entire thing.
Hey, hold on. Down, boy. Down.
It's unfortunate, really. When it gets to this point where the camera's facing the dog, then you can skip it. Just hit start and it'll skip it when it's done. But before that, you can't skip it at all. Walk south. You're gonna want to come back into this junk shop now that she's selling things. Sell off the 2 items you got. Oops. Oh no, that's right. Sell off the 2 items, and you're gonna want to buy a Power Razor Alpha. It's the only thing you need to buy right now. Turn around. I equip it in here. You can equip it anywhere, you just want to have it equipped before you go back north for the next part. Go out south and skip this cutscene. Go talk to Roll. Skip that cutscene. And now, if you were questioning how much faster strafe walking is, keep this in mind. You run forward at the same speed as Roll runs forward in this next part, alright? If you strafe walk, you'll get ahead of her almost instantly. If you do it properly. Okay, not instantly, but pretty quickly. But that shows you how much faster strafe walking is. In that short area, you were able to overcome her by a lot. This part's not too hard. The next part's pretty hard. The Felden boss fight, but this one's not bad. Basically, you're going to want to shoot this guy in front of you while going to the right to shoot the, I want to say it's the blue guy. I can't remember. But you want to shoot him, go off to the right, shoot the blue guy, and then place mines. By shooting them like that, it triggers the red one to throw the key to the blue one, who you should be destroying quick enough to just let the key drop, and that's what you need to trigger the next part.
Mission start!
Just place 4 or 5 mines. Doesn't matter. So the red one threw the key at you. The blue one got destroyed and dropped it. So you're going to want to pick up the Zenny and health if you need it. And then pick up the key. This part's really tricky. I recommend just practicing this. You don't have to do the strat I do. It is the fastest, but it's very hard. And I'm not even going to be able to do it for the entire fight. So just watch and learn. It's hard to explain. I messed it up anyways. Anyways, if you place mines in front of her feet, she staggers like that and resets her position so you can place more and stagger her even more. The placement, or the position, is really hard to line up properly. It took me a lot of practice to be able to do that. Anyways, you'll skip that, see that you're out of mines. You'll talk to Data here and recharge your energy before this next fight, which is arguably the hardest fight in the game. Will definitely take you a lot of practice to do properly. So you move forward. Indications report. Defend City Hall.
Mission start!
So what you're going to want to do is just turn around, come to this point, and shoot this blue guy first. This is where lock-on is, or turning lock-on off helps. If you have it on, he's going to lock on to these enemies, right? But Mega Man has a mind of his own. While you lock on, his shots might not lock on. And sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. So if you turn lock-on off, you can follow, or you can lead the enemies and shoot them without having to worry about Mega Man trailing his shots off. It's really hard to do. I recommend practicing it with lock-on on until you get the feel for it. It is pretty tricky. But basically, he's coming towards me. That's not good. Basically, you're going to want to shoot these flying guys first, because if you destroy the tanks, the ground ones, these flying guys bring more in, and we don't want that. So you destroy these guys first, because there's only ever 4 tanks on the ground at one time. So you destroy these first so they can't bring any more in, and then you destroy the tanks. And this is unfortunate, because he usually stays backwards. They have set positions at first, but they can move like he did. The one I just destroyed is usually over there at the bank. So you would just, to make things flow, you destroy him first since you're closest to him. This guy takes 2 mines to destroy in a few shots. You are going to want to pick up the Zenny drops too. Turn around, destroy this one, and then head over to the police station where the last one should be. Oh, he's not. He's at the building. Okay. And then you'll come destroy this last one. And again, pick up the Zenny. Now, Bonbon, this strat's pretty tricky to pull off. It's hard to line up right as well. But you can clip, or not clip, but you can get Bonbon stuck beneath a ledge to where you can just place mines and kill him. What you do is you run over here, jump up on this ledge, if you don't fuck up. Run down here a bit. I usually line up with this second line on the edge. He'll come over here, and you can just spam mines. If you line it up right, he won't run away like this. But I didn't line it up right. Anyways, don't worry about that. And then if you manage to get it right, you can spam mines until he dies. I didn't. Hi, Leiru. And you skip it. Sometimes the game crashes there. You want to be careful. Skip that. And that's Bonbon. That's one of the hardest fights in the game. Not the Bonbon fight, but the City Hall fight. Skip the cutscenes, leave. That was another cutscene you skipped, by the way. Head north. And we're gonna go immediately into another boss fight. It's basically a boss rush at the very beginning of the game. Well, you gotta get through this area first. So through this area, you just turn, you go straight, follow the grass around, and then you're gonna wanna cruise out to the left right here. You don't wanna go that way. You don't wanna go in there. You just wanna head left. And this door right here is where you wanna go. And then cruise out here, go over the bridge, and you can see a door right there. You want to stop at data first and recharge your mines because you need it for this next fight. And this will be the Marl Wolf fight. Even more tanks. This is your third boss in roughly 5 minutes of the game. Now this strat's pretty tricky. I'll try to explain it a little bit right now, but what you're going to do first is run forward and to the right. And you're going to want to do a dodge roll to dodge. He always starts off with an energy bomb. You want to be able to dodge roll that and cruise out to the left to jump up ledges to get where you need to go. And I'll show you from there.
Mission start!
So you go up here, dodge that. He's going to go left. You want to go up to the right, by the way, to trigger him to move left. It's faster. Jump up here. This guy's going to get me, I think. He didn't. Watch out for this bomb, or explosion. Then you're going to want to jump up on here and be a little more than halfway behind, or halfway onto this platform here. And watch out. If you don't get a one cycle, it's fine. But if you're halfway back, it'll spawn a serve bot with a bomb instead of the birds. And basically, you just spam mines into the open door to kill them. Easy peasy. Put it out! And then since you have time, you come over here and kill this mine to try to get a little bit more Zenny. But, it's inconceivable! How could a little punk like that ever defeat me? I don't know what Apollo Justice is, I'm sorry.
How much does he think?
Skip that, then you head up here. This was, if you're playing this casually, it can be hard to find this exit, because when you turn around, it practically blends right in, you know? But yeah, basically, you're going to be facing right here when you win. Turn around, and it's the thing right behind you. Jump on up the ledges. Roll's gonna ask if she can come pick you up. You say yes. And that's generally one of the trickiest parts of the run, just getting through that boss rush quickly.
If only we'd known there was
No, I've never played the Phoenix Wright series, I'm sorry.
We won't fail.
That's Teasel, by the way. He's like my favorite character. I know, right? Dude, I love Teasel. Now, what I've done there, I'm just going to point it out here. If you manage to start fast enough, you can gain control during Barrel's dialogue. You're not supposed to be able to, but it is possible. Anyways, you'll skip that, turn around, and leave. Also, if you didn't read the title, I am recording a tutorial for YouTube at the moment, so most of this stream is just going to be me talking about the game. Just so you know. Anyways, leave City Hall. And you're going to want to go into this newly revamped car and talk to Roll. It's important that you actually talk to Roll before you start skipping text as well. I've accidentally left the car more times than I care to admit. And then you go to the Cardon Forest, by the way. What you do is, once you get to this menu, just support car, Cardon Forest. It brings you right there. And then you leave. This is the Flutter area where you started the game. So you're going to want to go to the right in this area that you may or may not have seen before. I don't think you do though. I don't know. Anyways, you'll go over here. Again, strafe walking is the fastest mode of movement until the jet skates, so you're going to want to do that as much as possible. She's going to talk to you. You're going to hit start, turn around. I don't know why it turns your camera around, but you're going to want to turn around and come through this door. What you do here is, just for Zenny drops, you need to destroy these things anyways. So you're going to want to come destroy these tanks for Zenny drops. I'm not going to use any mines because I'm going to be showing you stuff or showing you stuff in a minute. But you want to use mines as it is faster. So I'll use one on him. Pick up the Zenny drops. And then you only have to destroy the tanks. You don't have to destroy those cannons. Just the tanks, because that's the route the roll takes in the car. And this is the last one. And then you can join us in a little game I like to play called Will He Get Hit by the Explosion? Now, if you've played this game before, you know a roll busts through this gate. So if you line yourself up with like this first board right here and turn your camera, if you time it right, you can roll through as soon as she explodes it. But if you go like a frame early, the explosion does hurt you. So you want to try to get it as close as possible, so it just saves like, I don't know, maybe half a second. Kind of like that. I could have rolled or sooner, but I didn't. No big deal. When you come down here, try not. You're gonna have to mash through a lot of texture. Try not to place any mines. You don't want to, but you'll go off to the right. And you're gonna wanna check out this little thing here. Again, try not to place mines, and then you'll go through this door. And there's a nice little trick that I'm going to show you. I don't have a lot of time to explain, but it involves that bug spawner right there. I call them bugs. It involves that spawner right there. Basically, you're going to come over here, stand inside of it, place 2 mines, shoot 1 shot, and it'll explode it, and you'll pick up the entire Zenny drop. And then you fall down and get this hole. This part, there's a lot of enemies. There's not a whole lot of time to stand around. So you'll get that hole. Come back up here, and I'm gonna shoot this guy just so I can explain. But this is one of 2 long jumps in the game. You're gonna want to strafe walk, jump going diagonally, and turn your camera while moving to grab that ledge. It looks something like that. If you don't do it like that, you're not gonna make it. Oh, they knocked me off. That's alright. It's very likely that you'll get hit by those bugs too. It's not a big deal if you have plenty of health. And I missed the jump. Alright, let's pretend that didn't happen. So once you destroy that bug spawner, you can place 3 mines, but it wastes too much. So you go through this door. And you're going to want to be quick about this too, but you want to head over to this button here and activate it before those things get to you. Hi, Ghost Horse. And then just head through this door and head up and around.
Remember the first time you
Roll's
went
going
on
to
a
tell
date
you about
with
when she
a man?
lost you underground for
I
3
wasn't
days.
used to being a spotter, and you ended up
And you're going to
getting
want to jump
lost
over
on the
these
ground for
ice
3 days.
platforms just so you have something to walk on later.
Lucky
Ah, I
that
fucked it up.
Gramps seemed to help us.
Come over to the right
I don't know what
just
I would have done
to
if you hadn't been
not
there.
step on these, and then send this chest down by stepping on it. Follow this treadmill down. Don't worry about these guys. And then you're going to want to wait in this room. While you're waiting, you can kill these guys either for like possible health drops,
There's
any drops,
something there.
or just because you
It
can.
looks like some kind of compactor or something.
I used to get that hole for Zenny, but it's only got like 200 in it, so it's not worth it. And you can line this up. That chest, when you destroy that chest, it drops a key. So if you stand in roughly this location, you'll pick the key up as soon as it lands. You haven't, Ghost. I haven't seen you in my chat in a while, man. How have you been? So, blam. Okay, I was in the way wrong spot. So you're gonna want to stand here. Never mind. And you'll pick up the key instantly.
That must be the starter key.
Come back up
Look,
here.
There's probably a few more lying around somewhere.
Go back up. And now you can walk on these if you want to. Most of the time you're just gonna jump across anyways, but still. This part, you're gonna want to walk on, okay, not this part, but you're gonna want to walk diagonally to this chest. You can't open them from the side if you're in the right spot, which apparently is pretty hard to find. Come on, I gotta open it now. Come on. If you're in the right spot, you'll open the chest. And then you just keep walking forward.
Doesn't look like there are any big Reaver bots here.
That is what crazy
Yeah.
people do.
You
I'm like
better
a
stay on
serial
your
killer when
toes.
it comes to enemies, man. So this part, you're gonna wanna hit these buttons. Try not to run into the things, but you wanna hit the buttons in order and walk through this gate. Because those things pop up. And you come around, grab this key. Make sure you grab it. It has a small hitbox,
That's
so make sure you grab it.
Only one more to go.
This is an interesting jump. You're gonna wanna strafe jump, strafe walk, jump, and then hold your camera to the left while jumping. Because you want to land on this ledge right here, which I missed entirely. Whoops. I'm sorry about that. I'm actually going to try that again. Pay no mind to the next few minutes. Oh, that's probably why I haven't seen you then, Ghost. Duh. So, just forget everything that happened in the last minute. I'm going to do it again. I'm sorry, everyone. Damn. I haven't missed that jump since I first started running this game. Ooh, I almost fell. Anyways, again, to reiterate, I am recording a tutorial for both Twitch and the YouTubes, so it's not much of a speed run, but boy, am I trying. Certification exam for what, man? That's cool, and congratulations. Anyways, let's try this jump again. That's what you want to do. Grab this key,
That's it. Now you should be able to access the
shoot those,
console.
pick up the drops. I didn't get all of them, I don't think. Jump over to this next platform, and this is your second long jump. You're going to want to jump back onto this and go leave, basically. Walk out the door. Now, if you're like me and you have a bad controller, then you can blame the controller for missing that jump. Come over here, place the keys, lower the shield, grab the Zenny, skip the cutscene, turn around, and leave. Now, there's two things you can do here. Oh, congratulations, Ghost. I'm proud of you, man. And there's two things you can do here. You can either A, run up to the car, turn around and enter it, or do what I do. It saves like a second, I think. As soon as you can, just go in your menu, special items, hit up to the walkie-talkie, and it saves like a second if you're fast enough at it. But either way, you're gonna come into the car. Talk to Roll. That's why I've been telling them every chance I get to skip them, Ghost. But you'll talk to Roll and go to item development. She'll look at your items and develop. Jump springs. That's all you need to make, and then you leave the car. You're gonna want to turn around. You can equip them either in here or in there, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna have to do it eventually anyways. But you'll turn around and come back into this dungeon. So Ghost, you gonna be making a lot of money now then? So now with your jump springs equipped, you can jump a lot higher. So you jump over here to your left, which I guarantee you never looked at if you're watching this tutorial. But you'll jump up here to the left onto this platform. And follow this around. This is not actually part of the dungeon. It brings you around to a sub-dungeon. And in this area, you're going to want to destroy these flying things because they drop a lot of Zenny for how small they are. Come straight and get this rollerboard. It's very important that you get the rollerboard. I have missed it a lot. But we're going to want to destroy all of them, because they do drop an amazing amount of Zenny for just regular enemies. And then there's one back here as well. Ah, he didn't drop a big one. Come over here, get this hole on this wall. This hole, it's Zenny as well, but it's like 920. It's not really worth it. So you get this hole, and then walk over here. If you have any mines left, I only have one, so I'm not going to do it. But you want to blow up that block. Sometimes they get mean Zenny drops. It's good. Blow up that block. Get this chest for the Zenny. Turn around, and if you walk to the opposite side, get this chest, you get the Buster unit. And now I saved my mine for this because there's 2 blocks you're going to want to destroy. And 1 mine would kill them both. Pick up the Zenny drops and go ahead and head out the store. Well, that's cool, Ghost. I'm proud to hear that, man. Don't even worry about the enemies. Just drop down, head through this door, and then this door. And then head up. And if you notice, we're back at the first dungeon. Ta-da! And then we head back into the city. So, Ghost, you gonna buy me a plane ticket to AGDQ then? You're gonna want to stop at this junk shop again to buy a couple of items. You're gonna want to buy the hyper cartridge, which is used way later. But you want that. Parts, you want the laser as it's incredible, and the turbocharger Omega. If you're taking notes, it's very important to write these down or else you're gonna forget like I do, or used to do. Buy those and leave. Then go back up north. This next part is pretty boring, but I'm gonna try to make it interesting. Head to your left, which would be, what, east? No, west. Head to your west. Wow, I'm sorry. Head to west. It's that far from me, man. I'm in Michigan, don't forget that. Once you get into the east door, you don't want to move, because you're going to call roll. But since you're in the menu anyways, you might as well equip the items you're going to be using, which are the laser and the buster unit for high attack, and you need the range for this next part. So you're going to equip those 2 items, back out, go to your special items, and call roll. This saves a good chunk of time because you call roll and leave, and it brings you right where you need to go, which is Wily's boat store. And yes, it is Dr. Wily from the previous games. Ta-da! You got tall. Anyways, when you come in the store, you're gonna come in the store, you're just gonna want to go right here to this store. And you have to try to go through the door, skip his text, and go through the door a second time. Come over here and talk to this guy. Don't look at the boat because it's not going to do anything for you, but you're going to want to talk to this guy. And then you call roll. Hey, that's a long time for me, Ghost. Skip the cutscene. Look at the boat. Call roll again. Skip the cutscene.
I'm picking something up on the sonar. Keep an eye out,
And this
Mega
is
Man.
probably the most boring part of the run.
They're here. They're robots.
The robots are here!
Mission start!
It's an auto-scroller. All you do is shoot these robots. If you have the right equips on, it should take 6 shots to destroy these. You're gonna want to destroy the purple ones because they do shoot torpedoes. They shoot 2 torpedoes at a time, and they deal as much damage as 1 missile from the yellow ones. The torpedoes are 100% chance to hit. Unless you destroy them, the torpedoes are not necessarily always going to hit. So you always want to make sure you target these guys first. And then the yellow guys you don't need to really worry about. I know, these fights suck. Diabolon, I think your name is, by the way. But yeah, Diabolon. This fight sucks. Shoot him. These guys were a little bit too far away at first, so I wait to destroy him. And again, I mean, it's something to kill time. You're not going to really do a whole lot here. There's no way to make this faster.
Don't relax yet, Mega Man. I'm getting multiple signals on my sonar. There's a lot of little
What I like to do
signals
is
coming
shoot
around
to the
this
music. Keeps me entertained.
They're above us.
These guys, if you have the right equips, it should only take 3 shots to destroy. And there should be 4 of them? Yeah, 4 of them. I don't know why I went for him first, that was pretty silly.
Mega Man behind us.
Oh, that wasn't behind, that was to the side, roll. You dummy. We don't get the shining laser in the speedruns though, Das Rambo. And again, for anybody new that might be here, I am not doing a speedrun, I am not doing a casual playthrough, I am recording a tutorial for the normal any percent speedrun. So if you want to watch a tutorial for speedruns, by all means, stick around. Although, in the Mega Man Legends 2 speedrun, you do get the shining laser. I don't know the speedrun for that though, unfortunately. Sorry.
That's it, Mega Man. Keep it up. Mega Man behind us.
Yeah. Alright, this part is just boring. Sometimes they get stuck like that. I don't know why. This water is not actually water, it's solid ground in the game. You can shoot it and you can place mines on it. Oh, it's a huge pain in the ass maxing out the shining laser in this game. It's so hard to do. What is my second favorite Mega Man game? Mega Man Legends 2. My third favorite is one of the classics, Mega Man 8. So Legends, Legends 2, and 8 in that order.
It looks like we got rid of all their little ships.
They do need Mega Man Legends 3. That would be incredible.
On the sonar.
I recommend 2. Mega Man Legends 2 has a far better storyline, far better gameplay. It is superior in every way to Mega Man Legends 1, but I like this game a lot more. I don't know why. So this guy you can't damage yet. You just gotta sit here and shoot the missiles so they don't hurt you. Oh, my chair is so uncomfortable sometimes.
We're outgunned. We can't fight them head to head like this. We need it.
Not a whole lot to do at the moment. Whoops. Should we fight or retreat? Well, neither. Can I just stay here and get killed?
Mega.
We're gonna fight, of course.
Okay, Mega Man.
Retreating
Hold
is
on,
slow.
'cause it's gonna get
Because I don't play
rough.
it, Ghost. Simple as that. More missiles, and then one of my favorite lines from Teasel.
What's the matter?
The fight against the airship, the Avalon,
Watch it, you're gonna end up
with a big hole in your backside. But the fight against the airship or the flying thing, the Fokker Wolf as it's called.
Didn't fall off or anything, did you?
This is the Balkan Gerald, by the way, if anybody was curious. And then for this, you're gonna wanna try and aim your shots at his center, the metal band. And it's all luck, really, because like I said, Mega Man has a mind of his own when it comes to aiming. But you're gonna wanna try to destroy the arms. The cannon, I never timed out the arms, but the cannons take 9 shots to destroy.
running? Do they think
So you destroy the cannons, destroy the arms, and if you look on my YouTube channel, I do have legendary one cycle, where you destroy the arms and the cannons fast enough to where the part that you actually damage pops up on your second time around. That's considered the one cycle because it's your first chance to destroy them. But 99% of the time you're going to get the two cycle.
wanna have to do this?
So you destroy the arms and the cannons, don't even worry about the missiles, they'll never hit you.
With the bond.
And the reason why it has to be a two cycle is because they never made an animation for this thing to pop out. So it waits until it's completely invisible and then pops out. So you wait for it to pop out and destroy it.
Mission complete.
Oh man, Boix is hosting me for 87 viewers. Oh my god, Boix. And that is the Balkan Gerald. And then you just walk in here immediately. Hello, Boix and everybody from Boix's stream. Oh man. I'm not prepared for this. I didn't expect this at all, Boix. Come on, man. I'm recording a tutorial for fuck's sake. This can't be interesting. Anyways, walk through the doors.
Alright,
If you're short on Zenny, which I always am, you can get this hole right here. That's an extra little bit of Zenny. But you'll get that hole, turn around, and follow the path. Stick to the right side. We need to go over there first. Boix is a cutie patootie, man. Get this chest. It gives you whatever it is. I can't even remember at this point. Then you come back around and over to the left side. You're gonna want to go to this first door, the first path on the left, and go straight through. And get this chest. It is a key that you need. Turn around, come back through, and go straight across into the next door on the left, which would be the second door. And follow it around. Boix, if you're here, thank you so much for the host, man. I really appreciate it. How was your stream? Anyways, you'll go on that second path and just follow it around to the door. And when you get to this area, it can be a bit confusing at first, but you'll go first to the right as it's closest. Pick up this chest, which is another key. Go back around, go into this middle area, and go through the path, jump onto this platform, and jump into this door on the left. You're going to want to get both the key and the hole here, as it's 5,000 Zenny and you can't live without it. So once you get that, I'm sorry, Alexer. Once you get that, you'll jump over here to the middle. You want to be careful, because there are invisible enemies here, and sometimes they will hit you and rape you. Okay, I shouldn't say rape, this is YouTube. And then you'll jump across and go into the door in the middle. Is it muted, Alexer? Once you're here, you're just going to strafe walk all the way across. Try not to get hit by those shark alligator things that come out, because sometimes they'll jump out in front of you. You can't tell. But you'll run straight across. This is going to be the boss we fight. By the way, right now you'd want to unequip the Buster unit and equip the Power Razor Alpha. You want as much power as necessary. Oh, okay. Well, hi, Boix. Come across and get this, you don't have any mines, or you might not, so you just mash triangle. Come across and get this Zenny, rupee thingy, Zenny, rupee, thing, the thing. Hi Boix, I love you, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Skip that. Apparently nobody's sticking around for the host, but I appreciate it nonetheless, man. Unless I got quality options in my viewer count reset, I'm not sure. Anyways, you're going to want to line yourself up with the middle of this door, because it lines you up for the boss. Sometimes, yeah, you can see that gap in the door right there. You want to try and line up with that, and face out. Because you want to be... Did you do a game of Salem? You didn't even try to get a hold of me. But you want to be lined up with this boss, because once he spawns, it's going to keep you in the direction you were facing. And all you want to do is jump and shoot. Oh god, I didn't get the stagger. Anyways, he takes 4 steps and then jumps at you. You want to get the stagger, which is that. That resets his step count. And if you ever see him get to his third step and he's not staggered, I recommend just getting out of the way. I know, I saw that, Boykes. Congratulations, man. If he gets close enough to the wall, he will jump back towards the middle. When he jumps, he does do a shockwave of damage. When you destroy him, make sure you pick up the Zenny. It's very important.
Any Reaverbot signals anywhere.
And leave.
It looks like he.
That boss is dicks, man. I hate that boss, honestly. And then you just go out the way you came. There's no shortcut to the exit in these dungeons. See, like that fucker right there. Little shit. Anyways, you'll leave. Hi, Lee. Nice to see you, man. Again, jump straight out the middle. Sometimes I get hit by a guy on this platform right here. I did not. Okay. Oh, that's alright, Boykes. I appreciate it nonetheless, man. Granted, like I said, this isn't really a speedrun, it's a tutorial. Jump and shoot, man. And then, yeah, you just leave. You go to the right to leave, by the way. I've gotten lost here before. And then she's gonna say, oh, I made you some apricot pie.
I made some apricot pie.
Are you up for a slice when you get back? Hell yeah, I am. And then you leave. And then you leave. Sorry for smoking this, by the way, it's my thing. There's Dr. Wily. Again. Dr. Wowie. Anyways, you'll leave. And you go out a different door than before. It's weird. My biggest worry is that some people will not find this tutorial helpful. There's been a few people that have asked me for it, which is why I'm making it. Oh yeah, then you go into the car and skip all this, because you go to the flutter. Man, Roll's not useless at all, dude. She makes you all sorts of cool shit. And guns, and shit. And food, yes. Now, you can either talk to Roll first or not. I don't. Because you're gonna have to come back in here later anyways. But you leave Roll's room, go 2 doors to the right, my bad, and go in Gramps' room. And then you're gonna walk over here, oops. Turn around, if you would please face the other way, Mega Man. And get this chest. It's bomb schematics. It gives you the Grand Grenade weapon. Leave Gramps' room, and then head over and talk to him. He is always right here by the fish tank. And there's a lot of text here. It is not faster to hit yes to these questions, by the way. There's no need. It's faster to just mash triangle through the entire thing. Turn around and go back into Roll's room. She does too, Rambo, that's true. But that's not until the second game. Hi, Scott. Then you'll come back and talk to Roll again. This is why I don't talk to her first, because you gotta come back in here anyways. Go to the R&D room and do some item development. And a lot more text. A lot more text. Then you'll go to item development. Or no, not item development. Change weapon. That was a mistake. Special weapons. Change weapon. My bad. Go up to the Grand Grenade. And that's it. Back out. If you're low on health, you can heal here, but I'm not. So it's entirely up to you. Then you'll go to the subgate. This is our next destination. Were you really, Scott? I was happy about it. I'm not a huge fan of the classic Mega Man games. I prefer the 3D ones. Like this.
Up and away!
Up and away! You can skip all these cutscenes a lot faster by mashing start, but I'm not. Just so you know. Oh, it's a fantastic game, Scott. And then you leave her room, leave the flutter, and you're in the dungeon. Doesn't even tell you how you got in there, but you're in there. Oh, the main gate music is good. Not as good as,
Mega Man,
oh yeah, you jump down, by the way,
Are you
and then
okay?
go in this door.
can you see a door somewhere?
The first village in Mega Man Legends
I
2
can't get
has
any
the best
readings of
music.
that room.
Try not to mash triangle too bad, because you do not want to waste any of these grenades. You need every single one of them. You might have one extra, but you do not want to waste them at all. So try as hard as you can not to use it by accident.
If we're
So you have to activate that before anything else is available to you. No, I don't like the Battle Network series. Leave that room, come out to this room. Watch out for the enemies. These guys are huge pains in the ass. Go to the door on the right first. Pardon me. You're gonna want to shoot him too. Oh, you want to hope for a big Zenny drop. This dungeon is where it matters. Anyways, you get that chest. Oh, I forgot to equip the skates, by the way. You want to equip those earlier. I forgot to. Equip the skates. Come around to the other side of this area. Try not to get hit. Oh, shit. Jump up here and grab this chest. Once you're on this chest, when you turn around, you do want to go to the right side. You do not want to go to the left, as you need to go in this door right here.
good going.
I'll go back to that control room.
I found the other two. Go to your left first, watch out for this guy and get this chest. Come back around, go all the way down and to the right. If you stick to the edges, like I didn't do there, you can skate all the way down and not get hit. But you'll go all the way down to the right. Once you're in this room, I head to the chest first and then the thing, but you can do it in either order. They just both have to be done. And that's all three of your ID cards, so you shoot straight up here to the middle and activate it. Activate. Turn around, go back out the door you came into. You're going to want to go up to the second left and head out that door. And watch out, there is an enemy right in front of you, so try to move immediately. And head around him and go into the door straight in front of you. This is where you need lock on off. It's a necessity. You'll back up a little bit, throw a grand grenade up there to destroy the platform, and jump up. You need an explosion weapon here, and the grand grenade both works as the explosion and the weapon we need for this boss. Activate the elevator, and if you've played through this game before and you've never seen a speedrun, you're gonna hate yourself for this,
Is it right?
because this boss is the easiest boss in the game.
Mega Man.
Once you have control, wait just a second, jump up and just push to the right to jump up on this ledge. They cannot hit you up here. They can, but not very well. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Wait for all three of them to come in here. I didn't wait. Destroy them and just grab all the
I'm
Zenny.
not picking up any more Reavabot signals. I think it's
Sometimes they jump faster, sometimes they jump slower. So that fight can go well or good or bad depending on how likely they are or how much they like you and jump in. So after that fight, you want to make sure you have at least 44,000 Zenny. It is very important. You do want 44,000 Zenny. If you don't, you can farm in this dungeon to get to that point. It's just slow. Anyways, you'll cruise around to the ID card. Turn around, and you're going to want to come back into this door. Or out this door, I should say. Cruise up and around to the second left. Again, you're basically going to go back the way you came, but you're going to go to the right in this door instead of going straight. Oh shit, never mind. Go to the left. I don't know why I said right. You're going to want to go to the left and go back out the door you came. Again, if you don't have 44,000 Zenny, these pillars on both sides do, not this one, but this one and the other two over there do have Zenny in those holes. And then the little flying guys, they sometimes drop 1,000 Zenny. So, if you need to farm it, that's your best spot. You'll leave. Cruise straight across to get this item. Be prepared to get your anus devastated. This part is stupid. I hate it. Not even by him. If I die here, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, he wasn't there. Most of the time, there's gonna be one of those enemies right outside that door. He's gonna wreck your shit and keep you locked inside that room, and it's so hard to get out. Anyways, he'll go back in the middle. Go back into this room and do whatever it is he does. I couldn't tell you. Activate it. He's gonna act like he's typing. Skip that cutscene. And then you leave. So that's all we had to do there. Yeah, that's about what it always does, Scott. Like whenever you do that fight, if you don't know how to do the speedrun strat, it's extremely difficult. It's not an easy fight. So then you leave. Return to the surface, yes. Blah blah blah. Now at this point, you're probably gonna want to heal for this next fight. It's pretty hard. But first, you come into Roll's room. Go to the R&D room, because now we're gonna get the Active Buster. So go back to item development. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good fight. And now you get the Active Buster. This is where you need the 44,000 Zenny. The sniper scope is pretty important too. Go ahead and change your weapon to the Active Buster. And you're going to want to enhance the attack, which is the most expensive part. The energy. No, not the energy again. And the rapid. It all adds up to 44,000 Zenny. No, not at all, Scott. Go ahead and leave. And I don't even have a memory card or else I would save. But I am going to heal for this fight, now that I think about it. Oops. Go back to the forest, and it's time for a pretty cool fight. I can't remember the name of this airship. Every enemy machine in this game has a name, but I can't remember them all. You can skip that cutscene right at the beginning, by the way.
Mission start!
Just run straight up the middle, wait for them to get in line, and it takes 3 to 4 shots to destroy each of them. 3 shots. Just go ahead and destroy all those airships. And I missed one? Did I really? Oh, by the way, you're going to want to equip the sniper scope in your 3rd slot. I forgot to tell you that. I can't believe I missed an enemy, though. God, that's my bad. I didn't even see him fly away, man. Anyways, you destroy the enemies. Yeah, Gesellschaft, that's it. Thank you, Scott.
Okay, Mega Man.
And now you can do this however you want.
Take out
But
their weak
basically,
points
what you're going to
one
want
by
to do
one.
is just aim at the wings and the underbelly. I usually aim at this wing first, until I can shoot the stomach.
Diesel! There's a fire!
Run into the ledge. And try as hard as you can to hit this, but it's a pretty tricky shot.
Gunners,
It's so far away.
What do you think you're doing? Knock them out of the sky!
And now watch out for the bombs, of course.
Aim for the underside and the engines on their wings. The armor should
I didn't
be
destroy
clear
it, so I'm
ahead.
going to keep aiming at it until it is destroyed.
That's it, Mega
It's
Man.
destroyed, so now we're going to aim at these cannons. You should probably aim at the cannons first, but I'm lazy. I like to destroy the things in the order I'm used to destroying them. So you're going to want to destroy the cannons first if you don't have this wing destroyed. that triggers the fly around it, and this would give you the time to destroy that. If this isn't destroyed, you can destroy it, and then you want to aim at this wing.
Another hit?
Yes, it is, Diabolon.
What kind of firepower are they
Then you're gonna
packing
come up
on
and
that
around.
little ship?
Destroy these cannons. This time it's important that you hit them because it doesn't stop. So you want to try and destroy them as quickly as possible. Line yourself up in the middle. I usually tank a hit right here, just because, but it's up to you whether or not you do. I tank that hit because it's easier to just get hit than avoid it. Focke-Wulf, my least favorite fight in the game. It's pretty fucking tricky because those missiles, you have to destroy them. They do a lot of damage to you. If you lead your shots, it is possible to hit her out here, but you have to lead by a lot. Oh shit. Tronbon is a hottie. Tronbon's the one in the picture right behind my chat. She launched a missile. You still have to avoid the missiles at the end if she manages to shoot them off. And that is a pretty tricky fight to be good at. Once you destroy her, you're back in your room. Leave, and you have to talk to Gramps again. Then just go ahead and leave. You're back at Cardon Forest, so you're going to want to call roll. Because even without being there, she can take you to the main gate. So have her take you to the main gate. Go ahead and skate forward. Watch out for that cat. He has a huge hitbox for how small he is. And this part's pretty cool. Best music, and you skate the entire way down. You want to stay on the outer edge so you can avoid these enemies, by the way.
It's a spiral. And it
Then you're going to want to come into this door.
way, too.
Get the Buster Unit Omega. It's in both of them, Scott. I should have pointed it out, my bad. If you go into Roll's room after the Focke-Wulf, which is the flying thing, there's a cutscene where Roll is naked and you walk in on her changing. Anyways, you get the Buster Unit Omega, continue down into this door, come over here, and you want to unlock the sub-cities. Yes. Turn around, head to your left, and there's a wolf thingy in here. You don't want to fight him, so you just go through this door. This is my least favorite fight is coming up. I do not like this fight against Bruno. It's not bad, but I don't like it at all. Anyways, this is a shortcut to where you gotta go. This is where you fight Bruno. You just interact with this gigantic garage door. Hey, it's Bruno. Now, I do pussy strats. I hide... Oh, shit. I hide behind this little building because it can't... Or he can't hit you behind it. Wait for the missiles. There's two of them. Come out here. This is where lock on off is also important. You want to aim at the middle. You want to make sure it's at the middle, too. Watch out for his attacks. I got nailed. If I get hit again, I'm dead. And that would be the end of this tutorial. I'm gonna come hide because I used up all my missiles, unfortunately. This is why we buy the hyper cartridge, because it refills your weapon here. You don't really want to use it during this fight, but I had to. He does shoot 2 more missiles. Where's he going? Oh, usually he heads straight into that area he started in. No way. That's alright, this is a tutorial. I gotta be careful. I could, Scott, but I don't want to. And that's your Bruno fight. It'll probably go a lot better than that if you're better than me, but I'm terrible at this fight. It's my least practiced one just because I hate it. Skip that cutscene, and then you're going to want to go in this black door that was inside the garage. Now, I have to be very careful here because I have no health. So I'm going to destroy these things at range. And hopefully they pick up Zenny, or they drop health for me. Oh, that's right. You're going to want to equip the Busterina Omega. No. I can't. Hold on. I have this mixed up. That's it. You're going to want the Turbocharger Omega. So Laser, Buster Unit Omega, and Turbocharger Omega. It gives you max attack, medium energy, and range, and it's very important that you do that. He did not drop any health. This is unfortunate. He did drop health. That's good. And you're going to want to go to the right. This part's pretty tricky to get right because the enemies move around. But you're going to want to come over here and destroy this guy. I'm taking it very carefully. You shouldn't have to. You should have health after the Bruno fight. I don't. Okay, good. He dropped a lot of health. Zenny is completely unimportant at this point, by the way. Anyways, you go to the right, stick to the right, and destroy this guy up here. Well, this guy first, too, I guess. But this guy is what I was talking about. Jump up, shoot, destroy him. Shoot this guy in the middle. Shoot this guy. Shoot this guy. And then there's one more. I can never remember where he is. There he is. Kill him and then come over here and destroy this last guy. Unfortunately, Scott, they're not going to because they lost the rights to the voice actors, actually. No health, no health. That's why these games are not on the PlayStation Network, by the way. They lost the contracts to the voice actors, so they cannot actually re-release these games. Anyways, he'll come in here, grab his first key. I did that very slow, by the way. That was unfortunate. Leave. Go to the door on the right. Once you're out here, you're going to want to call roll again. She is the fastest mode of transportation. And go downtown. Take your leave. I'm actually going to... You should not have to do this, but I am going to heal. I am fairly low on health. If you're a new runner, I recommend healing, but I'm not... or I wouldn't normally. Go to your left and come out this door. Mighty Number 9 is not an officially sanctioned Mega Man / Capcom game. It is a fan. I was worried this was going to happen. My game crashed. That's another thing you gotta be careful for. Your game can crash like this. If you're playing on PS2. On an emulator, chances are it won't happen. But if you're playing on a PlayStation 2, it's... as you can see, it's going to happen eventually. I was worried about that. Anyways, I guess this will be part 1 of the tutorial. When I'm feeling up to it, I'll record part 2. Because I'm upset now. I'll probably do that tomorrow, actually. Son of a bitch. This sucks. Alright. Anyways, that's enough of that tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll upload the second part when I get to it. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Anyways, it'll be up shortly for you guys watching on YouTube. It'll be up in a couple days. after this one. Probably not Diabolon, but I wouldn't quote me on that. Anyways, so this is the end of the recording. This is also going to be the end of the stream. So, thank you guys for watching. And I'll be live tomorrow at some point. Maybe. We'll see. Let me find someone to raid. Let's fucking raid Purry again. No, it's 5 in the morning, Scott. I'm going to bed. Anyways, yeah, I'll finish this video tomorrow or something. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for watching, and on YouTube, thank you guys for watching as well. I hope this helped. I'll finish off the tutorial another day. Have a good night.